If there's one thing that I told you guys to do over and over again ever since I started this YouTube channel, because if you actually look at one of my first videos, I actually talk about it, okay? It's building a target list. What is a target list? It's a list of all the sales that you can source for the day. And me and my team have been building one for the last couple of months. Every single day, I have VAs working full time on giving us a list of sales that we can actually look for. And the reason why you want to do this is because you want to be able to have a list of sales to go through, to either you or your VAs to go through, but also it is going to get you to learn sales cycle if you actually look at this list every single day. In today's video, we are going to look at mine. You guys have seen it a couple of times. If it's not the first video that you are looking at from me. We are going to look at it. I'm going to give you a few case scenarios of how we actually use it in my business, why we use it and how we use it. And also you can actually get mine. You can get my list of sales that we check every single day for a little bit over $1 a day. There's a link for that in the description, and I leave a link in the comments as well. So, by the way, let me introduce myself. Actually, if you do not know me, my name is Mangunza. I release daily videos right here on YouTube to talk about Amazon, to teach you how to sell on Amazon. So if you want to learn more, there's a link in the description for that, okay? There's a link. I mean, subscribe and like this video. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm a little bit tired because I've been working a lot lately. But yeah, so let's get into my computer so you guys can see my target. So you've seen it over and over again if you watch the videos daily. This is what we use in my business to source every single day. This is how we keep a stream of new leads every single day because we always have new sales to look at. So here's the thing. The reason why we do this is because if you want to find a lot of leads, one thing that you need to understand is that you need to look at a lot of sales. You are not going to go about your sourcing randomly. You are not just going to go over here on Google and look for, I don't know, what could we look for? So you are not just going to come on Google and look for Nike shoes on sales. Just like this, for example, okay? It's a really dumb way to do your sourcing. And one thing that you guys do not understand is that when you do your storefront stalking, because the advice that you get from people is to actually do storefront stalking. When you're a beginner, in my opinion, it's a really dumb thing. But this is the advice that you get from people, right? From people that when you actually started to do a lot of storefront stalking, okay? You do not know where to look at, you do not know where to look for those products, so it's really a dumb way to actually go and do your sourcing when you're a beginner. So when you're a beginner, you should actually start by doing this, building a target list every single day. You can get mine once again. If you click the link in the description, it's going to bring you to this page. You're going to see my beautiful face explaining to you guys what the target list is and how it works, okay? Right now it's $34.99 a month, so it's a little bit over $1 a day. We're going to increase the price soon. I don't know when, but you know how it works, like always. Because $34.99 actually for this resource that is given to you every single day is actually super cheap, okay? It's like less than $150 a day. You can get it for a little bit over $1 a day. Now we are going to increase the price soon to $39.99, okay? Because it's just a ton of work and it's actually an incredible resource to do your sourcing. You're going to find a ton of leads, and more than likely, if you actually get it, you'll break even on your first day. You'll more than break even, because once again, you can build this yourself. By the way, you can build this yourself. The only thing is that it's going to take you a lot of time, right? It's going to take you a lot of time, and it's better to delegate this. I personally delegated to some VAs, right? But it cost a ton of money, okay? It costs way more than $1.50 by day to actually build this, way more than $1.50. So you can actually outsource it. You can get my team of VA to actually build it for you and send it to your email every single day. More information, once again, right here. But the way we use it every day, the reason why, as I was saying, the reason why you want to build a target list is because if you want, and I said it a little bit earlier, but let me explain this a little bit with more detail. So here's how it works. So if you want to get leads are the bottom of your funnel, okay? you need to look at a lot of different sales, because sales are where you are going to find leads, right? You need to look at a lot of sales. You need to have a ton of sales at the top of your pipeline, and you need to process those sales. You need to process those sales by either going to them manually, launching them on tactical arbitrage, or using some leads, because if you actually look at the target list, and we're going to talk about it in a few, you have some promotions that are coupons, some promotions that are just regular sales, some promotions that are clearance. So you need to process all of this, look at coupons, look at clearance, look at sales, find the leads that you either already have on those sales or on those websites, and actually purchase them with the coupons or with the sales, because you know that they are going back on sale every single time. And we are going to cover this soon. So it's this. So you need to do this. You need to look at the sales, and the more of these things that you are going to process, the more leads you are going to get. Because at the top of the funnel, the first thing that you need to do, the first step of the process, is to actually look at sales. And if the more sales you look at, the more leads you're going to get in return. Building a target list is something that, yes, takes time, but that is actually crucial if you want to actually streamline your process, if you want to grow your Amazon business, right? You can be all over the place if you want. You can source all over the place without having any structure. You can do it, but you are not going to last a long time if you do it this way, okay? The first thing, when I actually started getting success with my Amazon FBA business, and not my Amazon FBA business, but my online arbitrage business, because before that I was doing retail arbitrage, and before that private labeling, it was by actually doing this, okay? Doing my target list every single day. So if you actually look at it, and I'm going to show you how we use it. So of course, if you look at it, we have 2,000 sales, I think, right now, that we can look at. 2,000 different sales, yes. We have 2,000 sales, we have more archived deals. So these, you do not receive the archived deal, but if you subscribe to the target list, I highly recommend you to add all the archived deals to another spreadsheet, like to all the deals that you get, just copy and paste them. And sooner or later, we're going to make this way better. We're going to build a whole website where you'll have all the sales. It's going to be easier to go through, right? But pretty much, so the way to use it pretty much is just to check the sales for the day. So you will receive all the sales for the day in one spreadsheet, okay? So for example, for June 13th, it's all the sales that we found so far today. So you're going to receive all of them. And so it's to look at them one by one for the websites that you source. So for example, if you source a lot of calls, you know that call is on tactical arbitrage, you can scan this specific sale on tactical arbitrage. So that's the most basic way to do it. And let me make it a little bit bigger so you guys can maybe see this better, okay? So this is the most basic way to do it. However, in my business, we go way beyond that. We actually have a whole process to actually find replans and to actually analyze replans and know how much stock we need to buy, right? And so this process here is how we do it, all right? So let's say, let me take a sale that would make sense. So this one, okay? So DSW, 15% off everything. What we would do is to find replans, because it's always going to be the same product most of the time. Like 80% of the products that are going to be on this sale is pretty much always the same. Especially this, it looks like it's a site-wide sale, so it's going to cover the whole website. So what we would do is we would go to the deals that we've had in the past, and you are going to look for DSW. All right, and so we are going to look for, so you see that because we've been tracking this way since February. So since February, we have 41 entries from DSW. And so we're going to look at how often the 15% sales comes around. So this one was 29%. It's the same sale, but 21%. So we could actually count this. And so it was February 29, right? So let's scroll down, and we can pretty much see that it's up to sales, up to clearance most of the time. And then 50% of women's sandal, BOGO 50, BOGO 50, BOGO 50, men's retro sneakers up to 15% off. They like the 15% off. On the so 10%, okay, so this is not DSW, up to 50%, up to 60%, up to 25%, $30 off. So it looks like this sale, for the time that we have been tracking them, 25% off, is not really a sale that has been coming quite often, right? But okay, so this is 20% off almost everything. So if we look at this, we can pretty much figure out that 15% a 15% sale on DSW is on the lower end, and it's not necessarily a sale that we want to target, because a lot of the time you can get the same sale but at a higher rate, which is at 20%. So this is a sale that we would tend to skip in the future, right? Because you see that it's the second time that we had a 20% sale. Yeah, this is the second time that we had. So we had two 20% sales, so the 15% sale may not be something that we are going to look at, right? But let's look here. So let's look on the sales that are still available, and it's up to sales, 20% off, 20% off, and it's not on almost everything. So yeah, additional 20% on clearance. Okay, so it looks like if you want to source DSW, and this is why it's so important to do something like this. If you want to source DSW, the 15% off almost everything is not necessarily a great signal. And usually we tend to stay away from sales that are under 30%. If it's a site-wide coupon, just 15%, it's not going to work, except we can stack this up with other sales, right? Or other discounts. For example, for DSW, the one that we found, and I don't know if I'll be able to find it because it was in the archive deal, but it's going to take too long for me to actually find it. But the sale that we wanted to look for, potentially is the 20% on clearance, all right? This is potentially the best sale that this website is going to get. And this is really the thought process that you want to get when you actually source and actually analyze sales, because we just saw that looking at a sale at 15% on DSW may not be the best way to go about sourcing DSW, right? It looks like it's actually really dumb, because there's the same sale at 20%, so we are just going to get our price way higher than other people. And this is something that you absolutely need to do, even because let me tell you a little bit, a little story. So last year, I was sourcing a lot of Kiehl's product, right? And there was a guy that come on the Discord server that opened the ticket and that asked me if I wanted to do a group buy with him on some Kiehl's product. And so it was wholesale, but the price that he used to get was so much higher than the price I knew I could get those products when a specific sale came around, whenever this sale comes around on Kiehl's.com, right? And so if you do not know all this about your products, because this is why even, especially with wholesale, if you source specific wholesale website, you should absolutely track their website. You should absolutely track their websites this way and have a track record of their website this way. Because that way that specific brand, people are going to get a cheaper entry than you on that brand, and so the price that you are getting it wholesale right now may not make a lot of sense. So this is why it's actually super important, in my opinion, even if you do wholesale, to have something similar, and especially to track the brands that you want to sell doing wholesale, right? This is why it's important to get that knowledge, because and I think I released this video a couple of days ago. There was that guy that was asking me about a product that he found wholesale and that he was not able to find cheap enough, and he was pretty much bitching about the fact that he was not able to find the product cheaper, and he did not understand how other people were getting it cheaper. And this is something that you really need to understand when you do wholesale. It's not because you do wholesale that you get the cheaper price, okay? People have more leverage than you, and sometimes people doing online arbitrage can get the cheaper price than you, all right? It happens, as I said, it happens, for example, with Kiehl's, where I knew that I can get this product like half the price that this guy was able to get it. And so I knew that, yes, it was going to be profitable for a little while, but whenever that sale was going to come, which was like in 3 weeks to 1 month, and I was not even doing the target list this way at this time, right? But I knew that when it was going to come, like the price was going to tank, which happened. And like I dodged the bullet because I had some knowledge about the brand this way, because I did my work before. I knew the brand, I've been sourcing the brand, and I understood the sales cycle. So not only a target list can help you source, because you're going to have sales to look at every single day, but it's going to help you actually analyze sales cycle. And so of course you need a little bit of data. You're not going to get that data immediately, all the archived deals, but this is something that I could make available as an add-on for people if they want to actually get the archive deal. But this is really like the thing that is going to pay the most, that is going to pay you the most if you have a target list, is actually save every single deal. And if you save every single deal, you will get a database of sales just like this that you can look at, and like you can understand sales cycles from. All right, so this is really the way. This is really the way you want to do it. All right, this is the way you want to do it. This is why you want to do it. Not only to source, and once again, it's super easy. So every single day you can get your VA, and we do not even look at every single sales. Personally, we do not even look at every single sales. But the reason why I want to try all these websites is because, for example, let me look at the website. I've never sourced at dermstore.com. Okay, I've never looked at it. However, if I end up one day finding a profitable product for whatever reason, I'll be able to go back to my data. And see Dermstore, see all the promotions that they had and how often it comes around. For example, let's say that 25% off a bag is the sale that I actually found a product. I can look at when this specific sale came around and how often it came around, so I know how often I can actually replan those products, right? Maybe it's once every 6 months, once every year. And the longer I actually have this target list, the more the greater the data that I have is going to be, all right? Because the more data I will have and the more I will be able to draw patterns and actually see things. So once again, if you want to get my target list, you can get it right here. Okay, there's a link to the description. It's just chrismangunza.com/chris-target-list. You can actually get it. Watch this video so you understand what it is. Do not come and ask me question about it if the answer is in this 3 minutes video. All right, because every single answer is in this video. You can actually look at it and you'll get an understanding of what the target list is. If you want to build your own target list, which in my opinion is really dumb, because it's going to take you like 2-3 hours to not even get something as great as the one that I get. But 2-3 hours, how much are 2-3 hours worth to you? You can actually just go on my website, and like there's a link in the description. Actually, there's a link in the description where you can actually sign up and get a free ebook that is going to teach you how to build it in detail. So the way it's worded in the description is a free ebook, free. Let me check actually. It's called free OA sourcing course. Okay. Yeah. You'll get to this page, just enter your email, you'll receive the free ebooks that teach you exactly how to build it. The only thing is that it's going to take you 2 to 3 hours to get something that is not going to be as extensive as this. It's never going to be as extensive as this, okay? There's tens of hours that are put every single day on this thing. So you get everything. We check every single sale to see which one expired, all that stuff, all the new sales, all the new plays on 600 to 700 websites. So it takes a lot of work, and it's really like looking at email newsletter all day. Not only this, but you're looking at Rakuten Hot Deals, looking at top cashback, trending websites. I mean, if you want to learn how we build it, it's explained in that ebook. Okay, so you can get it. So a little bit over $1 a day, or 2-3 hours to get 2-3 hours a day of work to get something that is not going to be close to this. And by the way, even if, let's say that you could build this, you can get a VA to build this in 2 hours a day, which is impossible. In 2 hours a day, you can get a VA to build this. It's going to cost you at least $6 a day. Okay, so 75% off, you can get mine. A little bit over $1 a day. And like the more people join, the more team member I can actually add to build this, to make this even better, or having them to track more website and potentially add more stuff, right? So yeah, if I were you, I would just get the target list. So this is how we use it to source. I have a lot of deals that the team can look at every single day manually. Okay, so also we have like the date at which the sale ends. So for example, let's say that we have dog.com. We know that we can only place 1 order a day. We know that we are going to be able to place 5 orders. So if we get 2 addresses, is going to be 10 orders, and so we can pretty much forecast how much inventory we can get and how much we should actually get, so we see if we can get a better idea. So that's the second way. And the third way is to actually draw patterns and actually understand sales cycle. And also, you know, let's say that you found a Nike product, a Nike shoe. Sometimes on other websites, if you search for Nike this way, you can see that there's a Nike sale on Dick's Sporting Good, and you can see every single places that brand is selling. For example, let's look at Kiehl's. And sometimes you're gonna see, like, of course Kiehl's is not profitable anymore on Amazon, but you could sell it on eBay. But yeah, so this is pretty much how we use it. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments, okay, if you would have any suggestion about the targets and about all that stuff. If you do things some other ways, let me know. And so yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for a new video.